Hello, welcome to Clutch My Pearls, the podcast where I, Emily, learn all about the erotic fiction that my friends read. As always, I'm joined with giggle boxes, Vanessa and Barbara, who are trying to trip me up.
I've never done anything wrong in my life. Hi.
I was laughing because Barbara was singing the intro song and I did not recognize it.
It's not, I don't know what it was.
It sounded like Las Vegas.
It was something, and we always, before we record, before Emily does her intro, we make fake intro music.
Yeah.
And I just went, dun-dun-dun-dun. All right.
What's up?
Hi, everyone.
Hi. We're back again.
We're bad at intros.
This week we had a Barbara Blindside back to back. To now we are with a Vanessa book.
We're back to familiar territory.
We're back in
We're
a
gonna be
Vanessa.
Scandalized. Good and proper.
I don't like to surprise. I like to keep it.
I feel like this is like a dance battle where like you're like, here's my cool move, page 8, burning down a gas station. And then Vanessa's like, all right, here's my sick moves.
Tendrils.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Emily's like, when are you getting to the furry dog people?
Yeah, I'm like, come on, guys, let's mix it up. You know?
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not getting a little...
Yeah, we were just going over what last week's episode, and it was good. You know, I think my biggest takeaway was Nico.
Oh my God.
I think my biggest takeaway is that Emily is obsessed with Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh no,
He
I'm not.
really gets her hot and heavy,
Oh my God.
But it's
hot
not
and
that you
ready.
mean Jesse Eisenberg.
That could be worse than Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, you're obsessed with Elon Musk. I don't know.
This is a defamation. I'm being defamized.
I don't know. I'm the editor. I could probably make it sound.
How am I going to ruin your book this week, Vanessa?
I don't. I'm sure you'll find a way.
I can't wait to find out how.
Well, it's funny. I was gonna give Emily like a choice to help me decide what book I was gonna do, and then she immediately knew. I told her, I was like, if I ask you, it's gonna give it away, and she was like, "Is it pucking around?" And I was like,
Is it?
It is.
Oh no! Because it was like, oh yeah, we were in our group chat, and Vanessa's like, oh yeah, I got the book for the next episode that we record, and then you sent a gift that I was like, oh, we are in for it. This is our wide shoes,
which is also as someone on our Instagram commented,
And Barbara.
and you just blindly went with it.
We'll get there. Someone on the Instagram was like, hey, wait, I need to be educated. What does wide shoes mean? And you sent that in the group chat, and I said, I'm gonna be honest, when you guys were saying it, I didn't know what the hell it meant, but I put together that it's the same as reverse harem, where there's one woman and several men.
Why choose?
Turns out no one knows what we've been saying, and
Turns out I have a mush mouth, and I'm like, why choose? Why choose? Why choose?
So
Why choose?
So that's our new term for...
Yes. So now how it was reverse harem morphed into why choose has now, for all of our pearl clutchers, it is now wide shoes.
Yeah, which makes no sense, but also it fits.
Yeah.
None of this makes sense.
The wider
Exactly.
the shoes.
You know, we all have carbon monoxide poisoning. It's fine.
It's fine. We're all losing it.
We make the rules.
We're all mad here. So Pucking Around, is this the book that you recommended to
Kelly, my best friend, my
wow.
book best friend.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh.
No, I just meant like
both
this dance battle just got heated. We will be chatting offline.
Wow, yeah, we're gonna have a side conversation now ourselves.
No, she's my wide shoes bestie. She loves the wide shoes.
She's the left to your right of your wide shoes.
Yeah.
She's the one that this was the book that when she said, I loved what you recommended. And you were like,
she came in,
that's
she was
nasty.
like, I read that book that you told me about, and it was the nastiest book. And I was waiting for her to either be super upset or super stoked. You never know.
Yeah.
And that is kind of like where I was like, I need to stop recommending things to people.
Yeah. You have to
Like,
see where there's
that feeling that came over me. I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
But she loved it.
And
so,
now you're besties.
Yeah.
Besties,
We,
yeah, no,
anytime.
Are you the left shoe or the right shoe?
I don't know.
I think you're the left.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know why,
I think
but
trust
I
your
feel it's
intuition.
correct.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll take it.
This
Pucking
book I
Around.
had heard of before when I
Uh-huh.
was in a hockey romance phase, as one does.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and then I saw that it was reverse harem, and I backed out because I'm scared. And I want to read about like obsessive. I would find you in any lifetime. You are the only one. Like, oh my God, the two of them. And now I have to read about 19 different men or whatever the hell we're in for. And I'm like, ooh, I'm very intrigued to see how.
It's only 3, and that's usually where, I mean, obviously more than 2.
We got 3 holes.
Yep.
She's like, that's the requirement.
Remember when
I guess you
were
get them to your
scandalized?
hands.
Oh, I guess. God.
But,
Wow.
you know, I assume that with these books, that feeling that you have between 2 people, they have it where it's 3 people
They
that
will
all
find
feel
each other
that way.
Yeah.
in every lifetime.
They're all in
They're
love with each other.
definitely obsessed and in love.
I am willing to. Oh wow, I'm gonna be a changed person after this.
Ooh, your shoes are going to widen.
Ooh.
Make room for more than one.
Oh,
In your
God, did
shoes.
she? Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Pucking around. Now, this is hockey books are a big thing in the smut talk community.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is this one of the biggest books?
It's pretty popular.
I feel like I've seen it recommended a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen it all over Book Talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not write down when it came out.
We could guess.
Ooh, I bet it
Ooh,
came out in
guess.
2022.
2021.
Ah.
Oh my God, it came out March 2023.
I knew it.
Wow. None of our options.
Crazy.
We did.
So
just-
you must have just read it when it came out.
Yeah, I read it
Oh.
in April. This was literally one of the first books that
That
I
you
read
started
after
your-
ACOTAR and
Yeah.
Colleen Hoover books and stuff.
Maybe it was something where you saw it because you get a lot of recommendations from Book Talk that it
Yeah.
was someone being like, you have to read this book. It just came out.
Yes, I think it also kind of I mean, I don't know for sure. I mean, there's lots of hockey books, but I feel like hockey became more prominent on TikTok and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely was. It feels like the sport that got fetishized the most.
Uh-huh. And then
I
there was
wonder
that whole
why.
thing where there was an actual real life hockey player who his spouse had to be like, "Can you guys stop thirsting over him? It's
Right.
weird. You're doing it at the games. This is weird."
The guys are like, it's fine.
It was actually one of the girls that I follow on TikTok was a part of the wife had screenshotted the TikTok.
And she was part of this.
It was
Oh.
so they screenshotted the comments, right? And
Yeah.
it was all these regular people, not creators, who were fuck,
Yum.
so
Yeah.
hot, whatever, blah blah.
Uh-huh.
blah. And I think it was a video of her husband, right?
Mm.
Right.
And so she took a screenshot. One of the comments was from a TikTok creator who's big in the books,
Okay.
and it said creator next to her name. So you knew it was her video.
It's her video that, yeah.
So it felt kind of.
Wait. Like she commented that on her own video?
She was commenting to. The wife had
Oh.
posted a screenshot of comments on a video.
Okay.
And so that just made it really obvious that it was who posted the
Okay.
video.
It wasn't that it was the wife's personal video.
She wasn't outright saying this TikTok creator needs to stop making videos of my husband. She was the fans.
Mm.
But when she posted that, it had the creators.
So it
Comment
looks very
on
like
there?
a spotlight of
Yeah.
you started this whole.
So a lot of
Ah.
people started putting their attention towards that creator then,
Oh.
to the point where a professional team had flown her out to be at the game because she was making content,
What?
and they
Whoa.
unfollowed her because of the wife. It's the whole thing.
Book Talk drama is always piping hot and wild, but
Oh my
you mix in
gosh.
professional sports with it, oh my
Yes.
god,
Well,
oh
it's
my god,
it's reinvigorating sales for hockey.
Oh,
I know
for
girls who are going to
sure.
hockey games that were not going to hockey games before.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think also it's one of those things where it's you're putting things on the map, kind of. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so it's kind of I don't know. Anyways, but I only
Everybody-
know all of this because after every book that I read, I always go on to TikTok to look at the funny edits and
Right.
stuff,
Mm.
and always the book with some drama.
Yeah.
There's
So
always something.
yeah,
It,
But I
it
thought
never fails.
that was really interesting.
That was a big one because I was hearing about it on different on Twitter and stuff,
yeah,
Yeah.
X.
Yeah.
It was wild.
yeah.
Wow.
The TikTok girl put up some videos though that was fuck you guys, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
You can all go to hell.
Yeah, basically, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
just
I
how
mean,
shady it was, and
I feel like there's a difference between thirsting over someone online versus acting inappropriately during a game, but even what would that, I don't know. Like, I don't know the details of what the wife was like. This is too far. It's crossed the line.
Right.
That
It
was
just
the whole
like
thing. But like,
videos of them at practice, them warming up
Yeah.
on the ice, and
But like the team had flown the creator out. So after all that, then the wife had a problem with it.
the wife had a problem, and then the team was like, oh, just kidding. We never knew you. Wow.
something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We should start posting what sport should we decide?
Oh, who has like hot? Ooh, rugby has hot guys.
Let's do it. Let's get
Emily
kicked out of a
Hornberg?
rugby.
Oh yeah, and they're usually like Australian guys.
Okay, let's do it. Great.
You know? Yeah. Or we could just like really get into like gamer dudes, you know, like our husbands.
Ooh, wrestling. That'll be fun.
Truck drivers. Yeah, that's
Ah. Wait.
Okay, so maybe let's get to the book.
okay.
Pucking around. As
Let's
we're
puck
saying.
around. Let's stop pucking around, y'all.
So it's by Emily Rath.
Hey,
Emily
that was
again.
me.
Yes.
Yeah, I did
Ooh.
it.
It does have a prequel to it.
Pucked up.
Pucking down.
Ooh. Pucking.
Puck
Pucking
you.
up. Pucking around. Pucking down.
Oh, it's just called That
Pucked
One
Up.
Night.
Oh.
Kind of a letdown. We had a lot of
Yeah.
other names that
Yeah.
were really cool.
She should have called us.
And she wrote the first book and then was like, fuck, I should have used Puck in it. Damn
Group
it.
Puck. Come on.
She's like, I gotta write another one.
So it is a series, but the novella, it's just like a little prequel. It's the main characters meet and have a one night stand.
What are meat? What's her name?
Well, we don't know their.
Somebody named Meat.
I thought for a second you said the main character meat, and I was like, okay.
She's
I
so
don't
ready
know.
to go.
I'm just
Well,
ready.
right?
I'm like, you're like, yeah, that's his nickname. Meat.
Yes,
He's the
and-
strong one on the team. Duh.
Wide shoes. Got it.
Yeah.
Raccoon.
Okay. Raccoon. Okay.
Rachel and Jake, but they don't
Oh.
exchange names or numbers or anything.
Wild.
They just puck around.
She's having a hard time. She's at her brother's wedding
Yeah,
in
she is.
Seattle, and she just lost out. She's a doctor. She just lost out.
Busy doctor lady.
MILF MD.
MMD.
MILF MD. Yes.
Maybe they're coworkers. Okay.
She lost out on like a residency, like fellowship program.
Yeah.
So she's like drinking herself at a bar, meets Jake. They hook up. The book is really good.
Oh boy.
It's really good.
Oh boy.
And she basically just leaves and never talks to him again.
Okay.
Lost love.
But they meet up.
Because they're soulmates plus others.
And he's
And
got
then
friends. He's got teammates.
And they're pucking around.
And they gotta tap in, tap out. So what how many pages is it?
Let me
Tell me about
I'm gonna
it.
read the synopsis
Okay.
and then we'll guess.
I'm
Are
just
you
ready to
about to
puck
say that
around.
it's 700 pages?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a big book and
Oh,
that is a
wow.
big deal.
Yeah.
that I'll get
700
to.
pages.
I mean, I understand you got to navigate. There's a lot of logistics going into
And
these
it's
scenes.
still not enough.
She's still hungry for more.
There were a lot more things that they could have
Yeah.
covered.
There were a lot of different holes in hands and feet
Oh,
and tits
no.
and things that they could have really played with.
Not in that way.
Yes, in that way.
But
I
yes,
saw
in
the
that
hunger
way.
in your eyes. I needed more.
I just felt like it's funny how like it is such a long book, but it's still not. I feel like she could have gone in so much harder on like the characters and stuff, and I'm over here talking like it's like like a literary.
700
yeah,
pages.
but like if you're gonna read 700 pages, clearly it didn't drag on.
I felt like it should have been 2 books.
Okay.
I
Okay.
felt like she could have just been with the 2 guys in the beginning, and that could have been a book, and then added in a third. Just because there's such good character. Okay, so maybe I should just tell you about the fucking book.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. She really fucking loves this book, guys.
Don't fucking ruin
Don't
it.
puck it up.
I'm gonna puck around.
I know you are, you fucking little puck.
Let us know when you get to the point when you want to put us on timeout. Okay,
Yeah.
go.
I feel like
whole
what happens
episode?
in Vanessa books is that you and I get riled
We
up.
tear
Yeah. We're all horned up. The
And
hormones.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum, we're like, hee hee hee. And Vanessa is like the mom driver where she's like, shut the fuck
I
up
swear
in
to
the
God,
back.
I
Why
never
are you
should have had
not-
kids.
Why are you not in your seatbelt?
Look,
Put
this
your
is gonna
shoes
be
on.
really good, okay? Just shut up.
Road trip. Okay.
Okay.
Emily, behave yourself.
We're gonna be really serious. Look like a real boy.
His name is Meat.
His Okay, tell me about meat and the puck.
Okay.
Synopsis.
Ugh, very serious.
Did I tell you that I had a dream about Andrew Garfield?
And
I
a
saw it on your
woman.
TikTok. And a woman.
I'll take the floor.
Yeah, I couldn't get this.
Fill in this dead airspace. Okay. My name is Rachel Price, and 2 months ago I walked away from the perfect man. Sweet, funny, and so hot it should be illegal. We shared one magical night, no names, no strings, and I never thought I'd see him again.
It's Jake.
Jake.
I was wrong. It turns out Mr. Perfect is the Playboy grinder for the Jacksonville Rays and the NHL.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is
question,
that an
grinder?
official title?
I don't know.
Is that if that's not a position, that's just says he's the grinder.
I'm excited for like whenever we
For our
did
hockey bros.
Yeah, whenever we did Mile High, the friend of the pod, Andrew, was like, the position that he plays isn't very aggressive. That's for him to be in the timeout box a lot is really like not likely for that position.
Oh no.
And he was like upset that he had all his teeth.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
they can get their teeth redone.
Grinder.
Look, I showed you. Remember when we were watching? We were somewhere. We were at a restaurant, and there was like ESPN on, and they were interviewing a
He
hockey
had no
player.
teeth.
And I was like, Vanessa, that's what I'm talking. That's every fucking hockey player right there. And he was like, just jack o' lantern. Okay,
but first of all,
I
I've
thought you said ejaculate.
look, just I don't know how to enunciate.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
I'm literally in the middle of a synopsis.
Okay. Back to it.
So in my dream, I was in.
I don't know what a grinder is. They don't really talk about, but he's
Is that
definitely
what some people
on.
call hot dog or hoagies?
Yeah, but this is
I'm
hockey,
thinking of the
not
app.
hoagies.
like the Tinder, but for men.
Oh, maybe that's what
Maybe
she
because
met
it's
him.
a wide shoes.
He's a
he's on Grindr.
defensive player, so I think he just like grinds him down. I don't know. Look, guys,
This is a fucking book.
this isn't about that anyway.
Okay, he's a grinder.
So Jacksonville Rays,
Okay.
the NHL's hottest new hockey team. And I'm his new physical therapist. Oh, and the jerk doesn't even
Ooh.
recognize me.
Oh my God, so she has to stretch him.
Been there.
This fellowship is going to be the longest 10 months of my life. Mr. Perfect Mistake will do anything to get back on my good side. Meanwhile, his best friend is the surly new equipment manager, always writing my case.
Dibs.
Oh,
That's my guy.
Yeah.
The
Good
surly
instincts, right?
equipment.
Yeah.
Surly, I'm in.
Yeah.
He's the bad one. Of course, Barbara picks him.
That's my Tom Hardy. You can have Mark.
Mark. Oh,
No, I don't
I was like,
want
Wahlberg?
him. I don't
We all
want
dude,
know
Mark
that you
Wahlberg
do.
is a good choice. What was that movie he was in with Reese Witherspoon? She really wants some furries.
You really do.
Dude, the new
Okay.
shout out to the new Ted series on Peacock. It's
I've heard
fucking
good things.
It's
I've heard
so
good things.
I fucking
Okay. So he's equipment manager. I bet they're gonna puck around.
yeah. And an uncooperative goalie who thinks I can't tell he's hiding an energy
That's me. That's mine.
injury.
That's mine.
An energy. Your aura is off, bro.
I
I
get the
can't read
uncooperative
because you're
one.
distracting me.
Sorry. We're so sorry.
This is my chance to prove myself, and I'm not risking it for anything. But with one unexpected night, one secret revealed, these men are ready to test my limits, kind of like this fucking podcast. I can't fall for a player, let alone three. If this love is a game, these guys are playing to win.
Ooh, they're pucking
Ooh.
around. Do we get the perspective? Do we get the perspectives of the other guys?
Yes.
Oh, we do.
It's a 4-way POV.
Do they?
Ooh.
And I don't know if this is gonna be any sort of spoilers. Do they fuck each other? That means
Did you
yes.
just short circuit?
Do I need-
Maybe.
do they sword fight? Do they?
Maybe.
They're pucking around.
Oh, they're pucking around, all
Maybe.
right.
Had they before they decided Rachel was the one?
No.
So she really was the catalyst for them.
Yeah,
being
nobody
like, wow.
has done any of this.
Except for the guy who was on Grinder.
Nobody was on grinder. He's a meat grinder for the hockey team.
Get your hoagies.
Oh, they also call hot dogs gaggers, and like I think like in Pennsylvania or some shit.
Turn the cameras off. We're done.
White shoes.
Wide buns. Okay.
Okay, so you get all four perspectives, and she's like, you know, what would be cool is if you all railed me at the same time, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, we love that idea. Like, how does it happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's hired. She's like, oh, I fucked that guy, but he doesn't remember me.
He
So-
walked in and just never left.
So remember
Yeah.
how I said that she lost out on that fellowship program?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a doctor. She's also a physical therapist. She's also like a like a knee and hip surgeon.
Yeah.
And she wants to like go with this program that pairs you up with like professional teams.
Yeah.
And one of the people that was with the program had an accident, so they're basically like fast tracking her into the position, so it's already been chosen, so she can't really change it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So she's like, you have to move to Florida tomorrow.
Mm.
So she packs up all her shit and she goes, and she meets Caleb at the airport, and he's picking her up. He kind of like
Equipment manager?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's kind of like showing her around, and it turns out that they're neighbors. Anyways, they like the team like rents like apartments for
Okay.
like the team. So he's like, I'm gonna take you to the apartment, whatever.
Okay.
So she lost her bags when she gets there.
Wow.
Aw, Rachel.
But she has one bag that's just all fucked up, and it just has a bunch of bullshit in it, like
Vibrators?
snow boots, and a vibrator. Yes.
Christ.
Of course.
Rachel.
It rips going into the truck, and he's just
Oh,
standing there holding
God.
it, and it's a big old tentacle,
What?
like
Tendrils?
a
Oh.
foot long
Tentacle?
tentacle.
Tentacle. Wait.
What is that even?
Do they have like suckers on it? Like
yeah,
How
it's
is-
ribbed
what
for
is
sure.
that?
I think it was just
Oh.
Does it just look like an octopus leg that's just
Yeah.
not attached? Oh
Yeah.
no! I wish that I were wrong.
she says it's a gag gift.
Oh, no, it's not.
Then why'd you
And
pack
that-
it?
Or her friend packed it for her, is what she says.
But it's not, she didn't. It's totally hers.
Yeah, it's totally hers. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, you got us to shut up.
You know, we don't yuck anybody's yum around here.
Right. I'm just overwhelmed with all the newness.
I'm just wondering, yeah.
What if it were shaped like a hoagie? All right. Vanessa, you were saying?
Like meat grinder? Huh?
They have like a couple of like little moments together. Like
Yeah, they do.
they think they're super hot. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But Rachel's definitely still hung up on her mystery boy from Seattle that she doesn't know who he is.
Which happens to be Jake.
Yes, but she doesn't know that yet.
No. Fate. The
She
kindergarten?
at her new apartment, she goes and she buys a bunch of like clothes and stuff.
Right.
But she's Donald ducking on her balcony and
As
Rachel.
one does.
Rachel.
drinking some wine and closes the sliding glass door and it locks.
Classic. Classic
And
bumbling
Classic
girl.
Rachel.
Since Caleb's her neighbor, he comes out on the balcony and she crawls over his balcony.
Oh, like a little
And
half.
When you
Well-
say Donald Duckin, are we talking?
She's wearing a thong and a crop top.
Okay, so not
a
nothing,
crop
but
top.
nothing.
Not even like an oversized T-shirt.
She's wearing a crop top.
in a thong.
It's
And a
it's
thong.
Florida. It's hot.
It's humid.
Yeah.
You don't want layers.
She's not used to it.
I get
Yeah.
it.
She's from Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
She's like,
yeah.
wow, I
I'm
overpacked.
sweating.
Yeah. She was like, good thing I brought my tentacle.
So basically, he gets like a full like tit grab, everything because he's like helping her over, and
Ma'am?
Oh, yeah.
sliding down his body. I mean, she's practically naked.
It's the humidity. It's like sliding down the glass. I don't know.
But nothing happens, and she just spends the night on the couch. She
Why
calls,
does he go into the? Oh, is it late?
She's locked out. She can't call anybody
Mm.
to like help or
The,
whatever.
the office isn't open.
Yeah.
All right.
So she goes to work. They give her a car, and she's out in the parking lot like looking for the car.
What is she wearing now? Is she still just in a bra and
Working
panties?
Clothes.
Oh
Did
no,
he
this
go
is like
get her
the
some?
next day. The
Oh,
next
okay.
day.
Oh, she got back in.
She
He
got
got
back
the key.
in.
He got-
Yeah,
okay.
they went to work.
I don't want to miss my first day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they give her a new car, and that's where she meets Jake, like in the parking lot.
Like she sees him. Does she recognize him right away?
She recognizes him right away.
And he doesn't.
He doesn't, but only because
Did she know he was a hockey player?
no, she didn't know anything about him.
Hmm.
Not a thing. She didn't want to know what he did for a living. They didn't.
He
talk.
just happened to not have any teeth and be covered in bruises.
He has all his teeth.
For now.
For now.
Oh yeah. So she like she's wearing glasses. Her hair's in a ponytail. She's wearing scrubs.
It's
It's
just like
that,
she's
it's
all
that.
that. Where
You're
they're
not
like,
at a bar, and therefore you don't exist.
oh, you have
She
glasses.
She did when they finally talk.
Mhm.
And she's like, you didn't even recognize me. You're such a Disney prince. Like, you wouldn't have even noticed me because I'm like not
Wouldn't.
done up.
Cinderellaed myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, he's like, holy shit. It took me a minute. He's like all up on her.
Tania's like, oh my God, I do remember you.
He's been thinking about her too.
Of course he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
especially when he banged all those other chicks between then and now.
And those
apparently,
other dudes.
Oh, yeah.
he hasn't.
She's not like the other girls.
They're
she opens up his
soulmates.
world.
She really does.
Yeah.
Opens up his something.
But she tells him, and this is so funny, she tells him that obviously we can't be together. Like,
Right.
I just signed a contract. I'm doing my residency. I want to be like the in-house doctor for this team. I'm not going to ruin my chances.
Mhm.
Blah,
I'm not here to puck around, all right?
Basically. And it reminded me of Mile High.
Oh, it does. This feels very
So
Mile High.
hard. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So he basically tells her, like, it's on. You know, like, we won't do anything, but I'm going to drive you crazy.
Okay, so like Xander's, you can try to resist, but I'm gonna...
Yes.
Boys are
Yeah.
oh my God.
I like
So Caleb knows about
The mystery
the
girl.
mystery girl. He calls her
Mm.
Seattle Girl.
that.
But he doesn't know that Rachel is Seattle Girl.
Okay.
Okay.
She asked him to keep it a secret, Jake.
Like, she's like, don't tell anybody. Like, I want to know.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Okay.
she already knows, like, she's going to be hazed hardcore by the team. You know what I mean? So she doesn't really want anybody to know that she's hooked up with one of the players before.
That's valid.
And apparently he's probably been telling everybody already anyway.
Great.
Yeah.
So just don't ever mention that you're from Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, they just met there. She's not from there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it kind of works out.
Okay.
They kind of talk, you know, obviously we're doing like POVs, and you find out Caleb and Jake are like really good friends. They're like best friends.
Uh-oh.
They played pro together originally, but Caleb had a really bad accident, and he was
My poor misunderstood suffering boy.
That's why he has to be the equipment manager because he got hurt.
he
I'll fix
literally
him.
got hurt 7 minutes into his first pro game. He was
Who's
third.
he, Aaron Rodgers?
He was literally third drafted.
Of course he was.
So he was like the best.
You think
And
I'm gonna
Jake
go
was
for
only
fourth drafted?
Jake was only number 13. He likes to point out.
What did he get hurt? What did he hurt?
Somebody checked him on the knee, and it wasn't even like an active play, so it was kind of like a dick move.
Of course it was.
And he never like fully rehabilitated and couldn't
she can
play.
fix him.
I will.
Yeah, she's gonna. So obviously, it talks a lot about like he had a depressive time. Jake ends up being transferred to like the LA Kings, and basically
go
tells
Gretzky.
him, "I want you to move to LA with me. You know, you're in this funk. You don't know what you're doing. Like you were literally on track for pro. Just come. I signed you up for surf lessons. You can live in my guest room." So they basically become like best friends.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't live without you. We're
Yeah.
soulmates. We just don't know it yet.
Well,
yeah,
it's funny
like we're gonna fuck in a
because-
few years, but
Yeah.
like,
like we gotta work up to it. But that's where this is going.
As soon as we find Rachel. Well, it's funny because a lot of there's like a big group chat between the team and the book, and it's kind of like it's just really funny. It's like another character.
uh-huh.
But they call Jake and Caleb DLP, domestic life partners, because they're like
Everybody knew. Everybody saw it.
they're always together, but they don't
True love.
they don't live together right now. He lives next door to Rachel. But yeah, and I think he helped Caleb get the job
Okay.
for the team also.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Rachel obviously goes to like a bunch of like hazing from the team. They call her Hot Doc, and they're constantly tracking her with like pictures and stuff. Well, Caleb has Rachel's phone number, so Jake steals the number out of there and is texting her. Oh, we forgot to guess.
Oh shit.
First
But
coming.
I don't know how do we get to I don't even know how she doesn't want to date any of them, but it's all a work situation. But is she not worried about dating the equipment manager?
I think that would also probably be not
Frowned
just,
upon,
like,
but
in
not
the-
as
fraternizing.
Yeah. Anything where it could affect her job.
Yeah.
Especially if something goes wrong.
I mean,
Okay,
it's 700
pages.
pages.
And there's a lot of backstory we have to do. Although, do they talk about
Wait,
the first night?
yeah.
The
do we
first
have
night is not in the book.
Ah,
Oh,
shit.
okay. She's
I was gonna say page 4.
Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna get it closer.
Page 1.
Okay, I'm gonna say 112.
214.
Oh.
105.
Damn.
So close.
Okay.
So, Jake gets her phone number from Caleb and
Yeah.
is sending her constantly updates.
Jake, you
what,
rascal.
what he's eating, where he's going, pictures of him working out, pictures of him laying in bed. I mean, just literally. And she's not responding to any of them.
Yeah.
But she gets drunk one night and decides to send him a saucy photo.
Ooh.
He's out at a bar and he video chats her and they rub one out together on page 105.
Oh,
Wow.
And he's in the bathroom and she's at home.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is he like on the dance floor?
No, he's in the bathroom.
Nobody's looking. It's fine.
So Caleb like knows something's going on. Jake still has not told him, but this is.
But he's
where...
like tee on his phone.
Yeah, but also he's just being like real secretive,
kicking his little feet.
Yeah. And this is where we find out that Caleb is queer.
Okay.
I think after he had his accident, he was kind of like not under so much pressure, being like pro sports, and just
he felt more comfortable coming out.
He had a lot of time off and was like,
you know who I really am.
But he's really only had like a bunch of like secret hookups. He hasn't really had anything serious, and he's kind of like lived that like casual lifestyle already, like being a hockey player. Like they call him the puck bunnies and stuff, and he just really wants somebody special
or several somebody's special.
Yeah. Or a couple, you know.
Are you picturing any actors, any movies coming to mind?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking for for Caleb, equipment manager. I'm thinking the guy who is. There's all those rumors with him with Sydney Sweeney right now.
That guy,
tall blonde guy.
Glenn
That's what I'm picturing.
Powell?
Yes. That's what I'm
Again, okay,
picturing.
he is the guy. He's not, but he basically could be the guy from the hating game where you replace him with a floor lamp.
Yeah.
He's just some guy.
He's
he doesn't
very
have any
vanilla.
lips.
Yeah, but he's really working hard. Yeah, but I can't have them all
That's your
be like
surly
crazy.
guy?
Oh,
You're
the
surly, like
surly.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
he's
I
coming
want
across
to.
as
I want to
nice.
say Caleb is coming. When she talks about him, she's a reader.
Okay.
So
yeah, she is.
She like describes him as like a fey prince, dark hair, dark eyes, cheekbones.
Okay.
He's a Sagittarius.
Love it.
Okay.
Tarot.
He's definitely a shadow daddy.
Shadow daddy. What's a fae? Is that a fairy?
Fairy.
Okay.
You know when you have to wear the ears that our
yeah.
fantasy correspondent
makes
send
me
us? It's part
That's
of that.
fair.
So okay, dark, surly, burly.
I think they even describe him as like vampire, like Edward Cullen,
Oh.
but like in a funny way.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking? Is Zachary Levi someone? No.
Tony Soprano.
Oh my god. No,
From
it's not Zachary
Multisanti.
Levi. It's the guy from that show Heroes. Was that a show, right?
Oh, Milo.
No.
With a V?
The Milo, yeah, but this other guy is more
Oh.
serious. Damn, I can't think of.
Oh, the dark hair.
Yeah.
The bad guy.
I think so. Yeah, he's a bad guy. Like he's surly, he's like mad.
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah,
No.
from Sideways.
Fucking
Correct.
Anyways, okay, let's keep it moving. Tom Hardy.
No, he's a bad boy
Excuse me?
mafia. I'm thinking
He can- He's
Ja-
an actor. He can play multiple
Yeah,
roles.
it could be Henry Cavill or what's his name?
Pass.
Yeah,
Hard pass.
Cavalier.
That man is handsome and completely unattractive.
Oh my god. I was gonna say he could be Caleb.
What about Joe Manganiello?
like
He's too sweet.
He doesn't have clear, like, the surly, like, oh, he's in dire need of help.
Yeah, he's not dark.
Yeah,
Okay.
the dark. Whatever. Point is, she's got Mark Zuckerberg. We've got Tom Hardy.
dibs.
Not fair.
You've done this to yourself.
So they have an away game
Mm.
and Jake and Rachel have like a little moment in the back of the truck or like the Sprinter van on the way to the event. She's wearing like a pretty provocative outfit, like a halter, backless, like
She's going to work.
No, they're going to an event.
Oh,
They're at an
okay.
away game and they like rented out a nightclub and the PR girl's like, I need everybody from the team just to go for like an hour, just like show your face, like they won the game or whatever. So they go and he's basically like running his hand up and down the outfit. I guess they're in
Can
the
you feel
back.
it?
Nobody can see them. Yeah.
But this is Jake, not
Jake,
Cullen.
yeah.
Wait, what's his name?
Caleb.
Caleb? Now I'm thinking Edward Cullen.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
And meat is.
They're like dancing the night away, practically having sex with their clothes on.
As one does.
But they notice that Caleb's ex-girlfriend is in the VIP and she's being a bitch.
Yeah, I hate her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She apparently dumped Caleb 2 weeks after his accident while he was still in the hospital and ended up fucking one of the teammates.
Of course she did. She's a
course.
bitch.
She is a
doesn't
bitch.
deserve him.
Her
She doesn't
name's
get him.
her name's Aspen. Blah.
Mm.
Yeah. So sorry to anybody named Aspen.
Also, Cody.
Aspen and Cody's in a tree.
Sorry to Glenn Powell. They were so mean about that.
I'm not sorry. I hope he hears it and
Ow.
considers some sort of plastic surgery.
I already forgot
about him.
Yeah,
You
he's
already-
unforgettable.
I already forgot about
Vanilla.
the lamp.
He is irrelevant.
He's vanilla gelato.
God.
Anyways, Rachel, Jake tells her who that girl is.
Okay.
And gives her the lowdown. Rachel runs up there, sits in Caleb's lap, kissing all over him, and then stands up and puts Aspen in her fucking place.
Yeah, she does.
Oh my
And
God.
super embarrassed, she stomps out of there. And she's like, let's go dance. They end up in a utility closet.
Caleb and
Jake and Rachel.
All three of them.
Yes.
Jake's like, or Caleb's
How'd
like,
Jake go? Like,
yes.
what are you guys doing? Like,
Yeah. Well, I
Well,
want
she was like, we're all going to go dance. And so
then
she
they're all
grabs
dancing, and then
the
they
both
all are
of
stepping.
them.
Like, where are we? A
Well,
utility closet.
They start making out?
They go down the stairs, and it's like dark because it's like the VIP stairs, so nobody can see them. And I think they're all just kind of like worked up from the moment. Caleb.
all horned up, just rock hard.
There's
Well,
a really good song on.
yeah. Yeah, by Usher is playing.
No, Move Your Body by Nina Sky. That's the one that moves Eric. But nobody can see them, and I think Caleb is just like super turned on by the fact that somebody like stood up for him
Mhm.
and kind of like just like choosing him. And in front of Jake also. At this point, Caleb doesn't know that she's the girl from Seattle
Right.
still. So they're in the stairway and she kisses both of them. And they're both like, what?
She's like, I don't want to cross any ethical boundaries with one coworker, so I will do both of you.
So is she just like going side to side? Like, what's the other person doing when they're not being kissed?
They go down.
Kissing on
She's
her
going
neck?
down the stairs and he turns around and they kiss. And then
Who's first?
I think
Yeah.
it might have been Jake.
Okay.
Of course.
And then Caleb comes up behind and she turns around and pulls him and they start kissing.
Oh.
So I think they're just all like in the moment.
Yeah, it's kind of hot.
Yeah, they
Okay.
they go into the utility closet. She ties Caleb up with her bra,
Whoa.
Whoa.
and he watches Caleb or Jake fuck Rachel, and she blows Caleb in the process.
Good.
Okay.
Goodness.
Caleb,
Oh my.
Barbara's clutching.
Oh my. Why is
I'm,
it
I'm
with the
like
bra?
curled up.
All right.
I'm like, ooh, and then what?
You're gonna stretch that bra out.
Yeah, you got to put that back on. Also,
or ties him up with something. Maybe it's not her bra.
it can't be a bra because she's wearing a strapless
Oh yeah,
top.
yeah. I
Who-
think
or like a halter
top?
top.
I
You
think it's
don't
something
wear.
else.
It's the utility closet. They found some rope.
It could be
Oh, a
strap-on.
belt. I think it's a belt.
Mm.
I think it's one of their belts.
It could be the cord to the vacuum cleaner. That's
Yes.
the utility
Okay, yeah,
closet.
that could work.
No.
But it's like a belt's fine, but like, ew, a cord.
So they do this, and then they're like, "Oops, is that the scene you marked? How did you pick a scene?" I'm.
Yeah.
Let me
I'll
find out.
tell
Yeah, like,
you,
is it like,
this is not the scene that I
because
marked.
there's still another player that
This is
comes
not the
in.
scene. I know. And we gotta cast him too. So start thinking.
I still don't even have everybody out. What does Rachel look like?
She's just long, dark hair. It's like curly.
She's long.
She's just long.
She has long, dark hair. She's got big boobs, big butt.
Perfect.
She's
Just-
perfect.
okay.
Tiny waist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a tiny waist to be perfect. But like, you know.
No, but she's like gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a fucking babe.
Yeah.
Babe.
Babe.
So they get her in this closet. They're tied up with the vacuum, and she may or may not have her bra on. And then
So they leave, and this is where like he finds out who she is.
does
and
anybody
that
get weird
Jake-
about it, or they're just like, "Wow,
No,
we are
yeah.
so lucky to have found each other"?
No, immediately they get into the cab, and it's like obvious that they're like, we're going back to the hotel and we're gonna hook up.
Mhm.
But then he notices that Caleb and Rachel are holding hands. She's like leaning into him, and Jake starts to get weirded out.
Like
I was
jealous?
playing with that
yes,
first.
yes. Well, because
Like, I thought you just blew him and you let me fuck you.
Caleb didn't tell him about her spending the night at the apartment, about her like climbing over.
Where he's like, we
the
have a
thing.
connection.
Well, I think he just thought it felt like he was keeping something from me, and I think it was that he liked Rachel, but he didn't
Mm.
want Jake to know that he had met somebody that he liked. So
Mm.
he was just like, "Yeah, the doctor's crazy." I
And just
she had
in the
this
moment, she happened
dildo.
to grab Caleb but then he's starting to see that, like, no, there's something more than just, like, he happened to be standing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did say that they didn't have sex, but it's obvious that they have, like, a connection. And, like, her standing up for him,
Yeah.
it means that she cares, you know?
I didn't see Jay complaining 2 minutes ago. So.
No, yeah. But I think
Okay.
in that moment, he just feels like, are they better together than we are? And
He
that
got
is something that
insecure.
happens a lot in the book, is like, okay, so Jake is a twin, and so is Rachel. So they have, like, that twin energy.
Are they identical twins?
No.
Well, I don't mean to each other. I mean, like,
No,
Like,
they
to each other.
Jake has a fraternal sister, and she has a fraternal brother.
Okay.
So they don't.
Okay.
Luckily, they don't look like
I was
each
trying
other.
to see if they're like, are there twins dating? Like, I don't know.
Oh,
That would
why
be-
choose?
That's another book I thought about.
They're-
Twins
okay.
fucking twins?
No,
Oh.
but twins.
But do
Anyways,
each other?
No,
I can't
Oh.
handle this tonight. Oh my god.
that was gonna be if it's mafia.
Get us back to meat grinder.
Okay, so anyways, I think that, like I said, that's a common thing in the book, and like, oh, she's a doctor, Caleb's super smart and artsy, they have more in common. You know what I mean? So it's lots of, like, they always have this, like, inner dialogue of, like, they would be perfect together.
Okay.
So Jake kind of freaks out, and he says that he loves Rachel.
Ooh.
He's been thinking about her since their one night, and now she's here. The texting, the hooking up, you know, he doesn't ever want to be without her, basically.
Dang.
Okay.
So this is where we find out that Rachel's dad is super famous. He's like Rolling Stones level, like,
Musician?
yes.
Wow.
The band's called the Ferrymen.
That's
not
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And so
Sure.
so apparently I'm bad at stuff. Sure.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
So she basically tells them that she can't be in a relationship with them because their careers will be ruined if they get into the limelight with her. And apparently, if you Google her, like, she threw up all over herself at the White House, like Easter egg
She's like
hunt.
a Nicole Richie before she like
She's
cleaned up. type
literally
thing.
gone to rehab already for addiction to alcohol and drugs before she was 18.
And then she became a doctor.
Yeah, and turned her life around. But
Yeah.
she, like, prides herself on keeping herself, like, out of the limelight.
Right.
So she's like, I don't want to be exposed, and I don't want you dragged under with this.
As soon as somebody finds out that
Okay.
I'm dating somebody, like, you're going to be the hot topic. And now I'm dating you and your friend.
Again,
Right.
she's worried about crossing lines with one person, so she crosses it with 2 people. She's worried about dating one person, so she dates 3 people.
Well,
Rachel.
yeah.
She was just
Just
hooking
follow your
up.
instincts.
Yeah.
She was just hooking up.
All right.
She's just pecking around, but you
Yeah.
know she does have a it's either all or nothing.
She's got concerns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she likes it, she really likes it.
Really?
Yeah,
So I think another thing is like they
She's an
haven't
addict.
they haven't known each other that long, and she's like, how could you possibly be in love with me?
Honestly, kind of a great question.
Yeah. And Caleb suggests that they move in together.
What?
So she's like,
Wow.
I gotta find a third guy.
Yeah. She's like, guys.
I think he's just saying, like, they obviously work for a professional team, so their schedules are, like, super packed.
It just makes sense.
Well,
It
they're always
does-
together. They work together too.
Yeah, but they don't work together.
Is he saying that like Jake, him, and Rachel shall live together? The 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can explore this.
What
So they
size
can
bed do you
explore-
get? You know.
Yeah, I barely can share a king size bed.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
already-
they tell her she can have her own room.
Yeah, but she's pucking around every night. You know. I feel like they get one of those like the beds made for like NBA players.
Maybe they get a room that bed is
Oh,
the sex bed.
Or just like a room
Oh.
with like a bed floor.
The fuck-
Like an insane asylum?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Bedazzled, but with
Lock
a
me
bed
up.
floor.
It's just like it like rotates
Lock
around.
me up.
Yeah.
I'm a witch.
Okay, so how do we get from you love me and I can't date you and you can't date me, and then Caleb's like, let's all move in together. Do they move in together?
Yeah.
Rachel, come on.
She's like, I mean, I can't, but
I
like,
think-
okay.
But,
I
like, it
think
makes
she,
sense.
I think she's been thinking about Jake
Yeah.
just as much, and I think she felt like, you know, it was true, like love at first sight kind of thing.
So she overcomes her doubts and goes like, okay, we'll live together.
Yeah.
How do they go to we're all dating now?
They don't really ever discuss that. I think just because
Do Jake and Surly like ever fuck around just the two of them? I can't remember what his name was.
Surely.
No.
Caleb.
Caleb. I think I keep wanting to say Callum, but
yeah, do they realize they like each other only when Rachel is there? Or do they hook up on the side?
So Caleb has always been in love with Jake.
right.
But they don't act on anything. Jake doesn't have returned feelings or even thoughts until Rachel comes in the picture.
Right. But like now that Rachel's in the picture and they're all three living
He's
together.
like, wow, I really like your work, dude.
Yeah,
Caleb
that
and
he's like,
him-
I like high-fiving you while we're fucking the same chick.
I love the way you're tied up with that vacuum cord.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what is, I'd love to know what it tastes like
So
too.
how do they go from like, we're not participating with Rachel, we're participating with each other, and also Rachel's here? Like, how does...
So when they first move in, there's lots of like solo,
Yeah.
or not
Mhm.
solo, but just the
One and two, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
one and two. They don't really have like another
threesome or anything?
Yeah, until like later in the book. And I think Caleb just has like lots of intimacy issues.
So it's more of like an open relationship within the household.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of them have done poly before, so they don't really like have any like rules or whatever.
They're just kind of
Yeah.
vibing.
So
Doesn't go well.
I think that it doesn't go well.
No.
There's lots
Yeah.
of like the same thing I was saying, like jealousy and all that stuff. Like you like him better than me, and
Mhm.
Jake's always trying to have like little competitions with
That's
Caleb.
like fucking in the same house. Like there's no way you don't hear it too.
No, yeah, but he's like Caleb was always fucking her in his room with the door shut, which basically
I
means
want
like
to watch.
Yeah.
no invitation. Yeah. So he's
I'm
like,
so like monogamous to a fault.
Yeah.
Like if I even like you, I'm not gonna talk to anybody else. That's where I'm like, oh my god.
I am imagining a whiteboard on the fridge that just says, want to fuck tonight? And
Yeah.
then yes, no, and list your name. Like, what? Oh,
and then
God.
like you didn't leave your door cracked, so I couldn't come in. It wasn't invited.
well, at first that's how it is, but after a while it's not.
Just
They're like, okay, I'll just
everything's
open the door.
Yeah.
Open door policy. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
More ways
So
than one.
there's definitely a night where like Rachel's like sudden death. Like we're all gonna put it all on the line
I'm
and
sick
say
of these guys pouting about the fact that I am having sex
We're-
with both of them. So let's just sort this out.
She's like, let's just all do it all at once.
well,
She's
let's
like,
all like get our feelings out too, you know?
Physically.
And basically she tells Caleb like, I love you. I know you love me, but I need you to be more open with me
Yeah.
and be who you are and be that with me and Jake.
You're
You know
safe,
what I mean?
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
It's us.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's me and your domestic life partner.
Yeah. So I think also like Caleb tries to leave at one point and says like, I'm going to ruin this.
I get it.
You guys
He's
deserve
sensitive.
each
He's
other.
very
He's
sensitive.
a dark. I don't deserve it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think also like he's like afraid of losing Jake to
Mhm.
Rachel. So I think it's just he's
He's
just
like, I don't want to
scared.
come. If I come in between the two of y'all, I'll get her, but I'll lose you.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he doesn't really see like any way to like win in the situation.
So instead, he'll just come in between the two of them.
Yeah. At the same time.
time. Fucking
Ugh.
around.
She does say, do you want to know the best part about Jake's new girl? She's Caleb's girl too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So also I think another thing that she's kind of like sudden deathing is that Caleb is kinky. He's definitely into some like dom shit.
Tom Hardy.
Ooh, pleasure dom.
Telling people what to do, tying them up, that kind of stuff, and she wants him to be that way with them.
Okay.
I see.
What?
Well, no, I'm just gonna tell you, I didn't mark this scene either, but it's a really good one, and it's the first time that Jake gives Caleb a blowjob.
Jake gives
gives
Caleb a
yeah.
blowjob. I thought it'd be the other way around.
No,
He's had zero thoughts, and then just in the moment, it's like, God, that looks
well,
good.
since him and Rachel have been together,
Oh, he wants to taste Rachel on him.
No, he's been real hot.
Look at you acting like a professional smut reader.
He's definitely been like thinking about Rachel and Caleb together, and he's like, God, why does that turn me on? You know, so not only just
Because you're all in love.
Yeah.
not only is Rachel turning him on, but the thought of Caleb and her being together. And then also, I didn't tell you, but Caleb's pierced.
Down there.
He's got like
You're telling me Tom Hardy's not? I'm just kidding. I'm
4
so sorry.
barbells on the underside.
That's probably feels like a tentacle.
It's ribbed.
Oh, boy.
Oh, so she discovers that when she's blowing him in the utility room,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, brr, Brrr.
And then she's like, Jake, I cannot stop raving about this. You got to try it.
You've got to taste it.
He's
It
like,
feels
"All
really
right."
cool on the tongue.
She teaches Jake how to give a blowjob because
Oh.
he's like, I've never done this before, and I want to do it right.
You can just like reverse engineer.
Yeah, I feel like you would.
Hey man, what do
Yeah.
you think would feel good? Try that.
Yeah,
You've seen it done before.
yeah, you know what you like too. Where you're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's that spot. You know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so she's
So
like,
Caleb
okay.
is thrilled. Jake's world is blowing up, and Rachel's just like, "Oh my god, finally!"
Yeah, she's like, I can get a hand around here.
This chore wheel is not taking care of itself.
Finally.
Finally, someone else can blow someone around here.
All right.
So they're
That's
fucking
nice.
around. They're pucking around.
They're pucking around.
Yeah.
Who is this
Yeah,
third
who the fuck
person?
is this?
And now there's a sensitive goalie.
I think that's the hardest part about the book is that there's so much going on.
like
with
it should have
them.
ended with the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another book should have came out that had the third guy. So the
I
whole
agree.
time the goalie, he's from Finland. She describes him as a mafia boss and a Viking had a huge baby.
Oh shit!
He's literally like almost 7 feet tall, and apparently he's got like the biggest fucking dick.
I'm picturing the guy from Game of Thrones, the like wildling thing.
Yeah.
He has red hair. Is
Sure.
that good? Did I do good?
I mean, it's not bad. It's not good.
Vanessa, it's an option.
It's someone.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm still picturing Glenn Powell, so I'm sorry. Caleb's blonde now to me.
You could picture a beach towel.
Jake
Beach
has brown
umbrella.
hair in my head.
You can't think of any other blondes that you would be interested in.
No, I don't like blondes.
Sawyer from Lost.
Ooh, yeah,
No.
he's cute.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, and he has kind of like pointy
He's got like a
features.
hockey kind of feel too.
And
like
he's really sassy, so he
big
could
and
be like, "I'm
tall.
gonna send you all these pictures. I'm gonna do
Okay.
that." Come on.
And then the main guy from Lost, he can be Jake. And then now it's a Lost fanfic where they're blowing each other. And Rachel is the curly haired girl. Done. All right.
Glenn Powell probably like instead of going for his like regularly scheduled teeth checkups, he goes like 17 times a year.
Oh, for sure. He takes his dental hygiene
He
really
just like knows
carefully.
a lot about taxes for no reason. All right.
Sexy wrist.
That's your nemesis. It's
I'm
Glenn
mad.
Powell.
The hating
You
game.
upset me.
This is your hating game.
I'm turning this car around. All right.
Okay,
so,
so
this
the
big,
wall-
beautiful Viking man.
He's
what does he walk
clomping
in
through.
on them?
He has an injury that he's trying to hide.
Oh,
on
is
his
it a
penis?
groin injury?
Groin tear.
Oh.
We need a
'Cause he does-
blowjob stat.
He does that butterfly move.
Oh,
at the
yeah.
goal, you know.
Or just like flops out every
Oh.
time he opens his legs.
Oh my god, I don't think it's like that. It's
That's
not-
a good thing to have for a goalie though, because it's additional coverage.
Yeah, it's another like it's another leg to have put its own little pad on it.
He just
Ew,
shoves it in the
I
loser.
hate this.
Sorry,
We're back. We're back.
We're back. We're back.
Okay, so he has an injury.
So he has an injury. He's starting to fall in love with Rachel, and because nobody knows that she's with Caleb and Jake.
He's shooting a shot and not realizing what he's getting into.
Yes.
But he's like, oh, I guess you guys just all live together. You guys show up to work at
Nobody
the same time?
knows.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
You're about to.
Well, she tells him, she's like, he kisses her. They can feel the energy. The boys even can tell too, and they're like, "What's going on with you guys?" They're about to go on a trip so that he can get some scans, for like tests to see if he has like a tear.
Yeah.
And
If his huge dick beat the world record, they're like, oh my god, what is that? He's like, oh no, that's just my dick.
Do you think they
sorry.
refer to it as their hockey stick or something?
no,
Oh,
they should.
Yeah.
they should.
Anyways, they're basically like, then the boys get freaked out that she's gonna leave.
This guy clearly has a huge dick. We've seen it in the locker room.
Yeah.
We're never going to be able to hang on to her.
Exactly what they say. Like, I swear to
she's
God.
massaging his like inner thighs.
They're like, we've seen it in the locker room. We're not
Burned
gonna,
into our brains. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
or she's
like,
gonna
even-
get split in half, and we won't have her
Okay.
anymore.
We're
oh my god,
concerned
they're like,
for
we
her.
can only blow each
Hey,
other so much.
We'll take it since we're worried about you.
yeah. Look, he's
Aw.
getting really good at blowjobs. Like
Chivalrous.
So when they go on the trip, she basically tells him, like, I have to tell you, I'm with Jake and I'm with Caleb
How do
too.
you feel about group
Well,
projects?
She's like, yeah, I
You're a
like
team player,
you,
right?
I like you, but if you're not willing to share, then
This isn't going to work.
yeah. And I think she even kind of says, like, maybe we could have like one night if that's what you're into. But she really likes him.
Mm.
yeah, he tries
To be with all of them or just with her?
just with her, but Caleb and Jake are annoyed by how he doesn't want to be with all of them together. And he's like, hey man, like you can't be taking Rachel to your apartment. You know, like
That's one less night that we get to fuck her.
exactly, yeah. And so he offers him to move in too, and he turns him down. But
Playing hard to get.
Oh.
they start some pretty
I just
sexual,
picture the boys at home like, oh, she's at his house, isn't
Playing
she?
video games. It's so fucked up, dude. Like, I don't even know why she's over there. She could be here with right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're not enough for her?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so his one dick is the equivalent of our 2 dicks, but like still.
they
like,
do
oh, you want
show
like jerk
up.
off or something? God.
They do show up at his house,
The-
uninvited.
just like, hey, we want to fuck too.
Well, if his door's closed, then they can't enter. So.
Oh my God. This reminds me, there's that show. Have you ever seen that show Letterkenny?
Mm-mm.
It's this Canadian show, and it is like something where it's like one girl and she's dating these 2 dipshit hockey dudes. And I think that they fuck around, like all 3 of them. Like,
Fucking around. There you go.
apparently it's a thing in the hockey
There
community.
are no original stories.
uh,
All right, so he's like, no, I want her privately, and then everybody's mad about it.
Yeah, they try some like aversion therapy
Mm.
where like Caleb just tries to fuck her in the kitchen right in front of him, and he's like,
He's trying to pee on her to mark his territory, essentially.
or basically like, if you're gonna be with us, you have to get used to sharing her
Oh, I see.
and
Like,
watching
what's
me.
goalie player's name?
Mars.
Oh.
His name's Ilmari. It's a Finnish name, Ilmari,
okay,
Okay.
but they call him Mars.
okay.
So Mars has to watch Caleb fuck Rachel. That's who they're doing the like therapy with.
Well, they're like in the kitchen, like doing like the dishes or something, and Caleb comes in and he just starts kissing her
In front of Mars.
Yeah.
And Mars is like, what the
How
fuck?
does he get to the point where he's suddenly into the group dynamic? Like, how does he cross that bridge?
He get
Because we are-
comfortable?
Yeah, just he doesn't. He's really standoffish, and Jake like really rides him hard
Yeah, it does.
about not only like being like a team member on the team, but a
You
team
know what would really
member.
help us bond?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like and he tells him like, I want you around. Like
yeah.
Rachel loves you. That means that we love you. We don't want to have sex with you, but
But I mean, we should have sex with you because we want to have sex with Rachel.
But you need to be able to share and understand that we are all here together.
yes,
Like, they don't want to not see Rachel having sex if she's having sex.
oh, they definitely want to see her having sex.
No,
and
but
then
that's what I'm
also
saying. But
participate with each other.
Yeah,
And if he wants to just play with Rachel, that's fine. But everyone else needs to be in the room.
not necessarily, no. But I think they just don't like that everything being separate.
I don't know, Rachel. Aren't you tired?
yeah.
Like,
She
not
gets
even
really
the
tight.
logistics of that, but your social battery must just be shot.
Yeah. Like, do you ever just be like, I just want a night where, like, nobody is fucking
Yeah.
touching me?
They do that. They watch movies
They're
and
probably still cuddling
somebody
or fingering.
somebody rubs her finger or her feet while somebody's like rubbing.
That's still,
her
like,
shoulders.
physical touch.
Everybody
Sometimes
just be quiet.
yeah, just like leave me alone in my room to watch TikTok for 5 hours.
Please.
Don't come up and be like, hey.
All
what
right,
you
so
doing?
does Lars
Mars.
get over his aversion to...
When do they all 3 start fucking?
What scene did you mark? We are over an hour in and we haven't done our scene.
We did do just a pre-recording.
Oh, that's true. We're
Yeah.
fine. We're fine.
But still.
I didn't. I know it's a lot. I
This
only.
needed to be 2 episodes and
I
2
didn't
books.
mark a scene with Mars in it.
Yeah, he seems kind of...
He seems kind of like whatever.
But like not in a fun way.
Yeah, but I did mark a scene that took some research.
Okay.
After
Like you had
I,
to figure out how it works.
After I read it, I had never heard about it before.
Okay, that's great call.
Okay.
Because with
And-
no
I wanna
other
learn.
context, that is the correct scene to choose.
Yeah.
I want to be educated. Now let me.
And
This
this is
is-
page... What is it?
No,
One?
what page is this one?
Oh.
318.
Okay, 318, yeah.
So it's towards the end. No, it's 700
This is in the
pages?
middle.
We're
Fuck.
still
I thought we were
first
thinking about
act.
400 pages.
This is the first time they really all have sex together again.
This is after the
They've
surprise
moved
blowjob.
in. They did the utility closet. They
Right.
moved in, and there's been lots of like solo or
It's
whatever.
the first time that they like
all
knocked the
3
walls
of
down.
them together.
Is
Okay.
this the time that Jake is like,
I'm
in the
gonna suck a
moment,
dick.
Nothing has happened between Jake and Caleb.
Is that this scene though?
No.
Okay.
So
No.
they are still not going to touch each other.
Well, let's see.
They do touch
They
each other.
do touch each other.
They do touch each other.
They touch each other.
I will say the scene where she teaches him to give a blowjob. She tells him not to swallow.
Why?
He spits it in her mouth.
Oh my god!
And then she blows Jake with
As
it
the
in
lube?
her mouth. And then,
Oh my god!
I am so.
And then
I don't want to
she
yuck
spits
anyone's
it-
yum, but that's not yummy.
She spits it back in their mouths when she's done.
In their
I'm that's, everyone
Oh
do
my
what you want.
God.
That's not okay. I'm not okay.
So-
your pearls are clutched so much it's choking you.
I'm throwing up pearls. Ew.
So,
Wow!
I want to preface this scene with Jake has just lost their first game and they're out of
Oh.
town. Mars is benched with his tear.
Uh-huh.
So
Good riddance.
Caleb and Rachel show up to his hotel room with like ice cream and milk or something
yeah,
like that.
like we're here to make you feel better.
Yeah, and she's like, we brought something else, but if you're too tired, I understand. And it's the tentacle.
Oh Christ.
Okay.
Okay, but
Okay, but this
we're
isn't
not.
the
We're
spit
not.
swap scene, right?
No, and
Oh
we're
my
not
God.
using the tentacle. The tentacle's already over.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the first sentence is I click off the toy and toss it to the side.
They
Okay.
really needed her horned up. She's probably already come like 3 or 4 times.
Rachel.
You know what? Nights where you're too loud when I'm trying to watch my TikToks. I think this is all right. I don't know.
Anyways, they really need her to be relaxed.
So is Mars is not in the room?
Mars
is
is not in the room.
Okay.
I know that they need her to be relaxed, and you have questions about the logistics of this, so my mind is going.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
okay.
the
Mhm.
tentacle is not a part of it. It's being turned off.
Yeah.
Okay. Whose point of view is this?
Yes.
Caleb.
All right, Glenn Powell's boy. Uh,
God damn it.
I click off the toy and toss it to the side, snatching up the lube. We need to move quick while her body is relaxed. Help me, Jake. Shift her over. I flop down on the bed. He seems like desperate. He's like, come on, we got to do it before it closes.
From Floss.
Not Penny's tentacle.
I flop down on the bed next to her and snatch up all the pillows, making a sort of backrest for myself. Come on, Hurricane.
Oh, okay. So she came in like a hurricane. She's a hot
That's her
mess.
nickname.
That's her nickname. And she calls Jake Angel
Not what I thought you were going to say.
because he's a golden retriever,
Okay.
and she calls Caleb the devil.
Oh.
Not hard.
Come on, Hurricane. Grand finale. She rolls over, totally blissed out from her orgasms. She's loopy. She doesn't even connect with my command. She just pops up on her elbows and takes my cock into her mouth. Fuck, she's such a good girl. I like a good girl.
Mm.
I've never had a more eager sexual partner. I'm biting my tongue to stop from slipping into degradation play. The things I want to say to her, the way I want to watch her squirm, I know she'll be into it. But that's not our vibe tonight.
I love how your voice for guys is like just you can smell the Axe body spray.
Yes. Yeah. Like he's a fucking.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
I let her tease my tip until I'm hard and aching. Come on, be a good girl. Get on my cock and face Jake. So now she's sitting on it,
Facing
facing Jake.
Away.
He's laying down,
mhm.
back up against his makeshift pillow fort.
Where are the
Face
Barbies?
Jake. Okay.
Okay. She's straddling me reverse cowgirl. Okay. Jake shifts down the bed and gets on his knees between my spread legs. Help her, I direct. Guide her down. So his knees are bent.
He's
Okay.
spread so that Jake can be in between his legs and her legs.
So he's legs open. She's on top facing him.
legs open.
Is this when they double D? Are they? Oh my God. Ooh. Help her, I direct. Guide her down. She's recovering quick. Her senses sharpening by the second. She takes over as Jake helps her arch forward. You need to be able to spread her legs. I said, they're talking like she's
out
Not
of it?
there.
Well, she's
that feels a little
she's not on drugs. She's just had 4 orgasms.
Yeah, but it feels like they're like, come on, hurry before she wakes
It
up.
feels like they're talking to a sex doll.
Yeah.
Okay, Jesus Christ. They just before they talked about it and she consented.
She's an enthusiastic participant.
He's like, you're gonna take this tentacle and then me and Jake are gonna stick our fucking dicks in your vagina and you're gonna take it like a girl. And she says, okay.
I also have
I
questions.
mean, even when you say it to me like that, I'm like, okay.
He's lying down and she's facing this way, and Jake's there to also.
So he's laying on his back. Jake now has his knees and his legs.
Why is
He's
she
facing
reversed?
because she has to arch her back so that her puss can go forward.
But how is he? We need the Barbies.
You need to be able to spread her legs, I say, like she's sitting in a chair. You won't get the right angle otherwise.
Looking down like, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody
Everybody who's on their like lunch break in their car,
not a
whatever,
chair.
everyone's
You've
like, okay.
Your
like,
legs are in the way.
no, like I think that
no, but she's laying down, but with her legs bent like she's in a chair.
So
So
she's
she's
sitting
on it
on
like
him
Chase
and
Lounge.
leaning back.
Yeah.
She's leaning back
Oh,
so that then
I
he
see.
can come.
So it's a sandwich.
Yeah, like
I
his
was picturing like bookends.
Callum.
no.
What's his name?
Caleb.
Caleb's dick is so big that she can keep it inside of her and.
This is
Tilt her
dangerous
hips
with his
back.
piercings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's gonna get hooked on
Okay.
something.
All
Okay.
right. Now that we got that out
All
of the
right.
way.
There, right there, I mutter. I take a deep breath, readying myself for the sensation of her taking me to the hilt. Holy God. Nothing prepares you for that first slide home.
They're not baseball
Fucking-
players.
Fucking magic every time. I take another deep breath, supporting her weight against my chest as she whimpers, wanting to move her hips. Her perfect ass is smashed against my groin. I'm buried all the way inside her. Caleb, she whimpers, bracing the bed with her palms. You feel so good. Oh, wait, that's her. You feel so good, baby. Love you inside me. I smile, heat blooming in my chest. Spread your legs open, hurricane. Oh, wait, I forget commas and periods. Spread your legs open, hurricane. Let Jake see us like this. Let him see how well you take me. Her legs fall open as I hold her steady. Fucking hell, Jake mutters. Guys, I've never done this, he admits, his gaze darting to me. Do you want to? Wait, do you want to? I ask. Heart in my throat. Please let him say yes. I want him. I need to feel him.
So Jake wants
Caleb wants Jake.
Jake to say yes
Because this is
that
the first
means-
time that their dicks are going to touch.
Yeah.
But they're going to touch inside of Rachel.
Their
so
dicks are gonna kiss.
it made me drop my Kindle. He raises a dark brow and laughs. You kidding? Look at me, he
Bro,
says.
I'm in.
Bro, what? He says, gesturing to his hard dick. I'm about to lose it right fucking now. Bro, look at it. Can you not see? Can't you see I'm fucking rock hard? Rachel whimpers, reaching out for him. Jake, we need you. Help!
He was like Princess Leia.
I'm all gaped open, man. Come on. There's room for you.
The hot dog down the hallway.
Shoes. my shoes are so wide.
I need arch support.
Go slow, I caution. She's stretched out from the toy, from the tentacle. But if this hurts you, Hurricane, or you want to stop, we stop. Appreciate the consent. Too bad she's too far out of it. But
She's verbalizing.
She's coming
things.
back.
I add, kissing her shoulder. No questions asked, okay? She nods. Do it, Jake. Please. Please, baby. I want to feel you both inside me. Jake leans forward on his knees, claiming her lips in a searing kiss. Then he's shifting closer. He's walking on his knees with a hard dick in between these legs. He's just like, eat. He looks like Hank Hill's dad who doesn't have any bottom legs.
What?
That's
hot.
Jake leans
Really
forward.
boner killing over here.
Lean back, Hurricane, I murmur. Give her a better angle. Oh, wait, give him a better angle. She thrust falls against. Oh, wait, God, I'm getting all my words mixed
Get
up.
your readers.
Woo! She trust falls against my chest. My cock is desperate for that first squeeze of Jake pushing his way in. Take your time, I say. Work the tip in, just like anal. He lets out a slow breath as he
Bro,
inches
it's
closer.
easy. You know, anal, just do that.
Bro, it's like we can practice later if you
like
want.
this man doesn't understand how to have sex. Like, where does it go?
Just ease it in, bruh. He lets out a slow breath as he inches closer, his cock in hand. You ready, baby girl? She nods, her body elastic in my arms. Uh-huh. We both tense as we feel him prodding at her entrance. His knuckles brush against my cock as he feels her out with his tip, looking for space to press in. Relax, Hurricane, I soothe. Deep breaths, let him in. She lets out a shaky breath, moaning as he prods again. Oh, Jake, there. I'm gonna die. I can feel him. His tip is pushing in, gliding against my slit cock. Oh, she whines. Oh, God, yes. Jake is holding his breath, working his hips to get his tip in further. Fuck! K. What's K?
A nickname for Caleb.
Oh. Fuck! K. You okay?
Like an SNL
Bill and
skit.
Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Fuck.
So fucking good, I muttered, dropping my head back. You're so tight, baby girl. God, you feel so amazing. I'm gonna lose it. Move your hips, I say. Fuck us both. Take control. He shifts forward, his angle changing as he dips down with his hips. He slides another inch inside along my shaft, and I'm ready to come. When he starts moving his hips in earnest, my soul just leaves the whole fucking building.
What a romantic guy.
They're just all, I just still don't fully understand where all their leg room is.
Yeah. And they were roommates.
And they were roommates.
Their leg room.
Like,
They're a sandwich.
so he's on his knees.
He's
So
He-
Caleb's
he-
laying down. He's on his knees.
But
She's
then
sitting on
he's-
top. But then that's a lot of like
her legs are like this.
up.
Yeah, her back is to Caleb's chest.
So her knees are at her chest, kind of.
yeah, or in the air.
And then he's pounding on top.
And he's
Yeah.
standing in between them.
So Caleb's flat and she is on top and he is
Standing.
Okay. And she is on her back with the dick going so far up
She's
that
sitting
it comes
on
in.
it.
Yeah, but then with her
And then she
knees
lays
up.
back. I
we'll
don't
get the
know.
Barbies.
Holy fuck, Kay. I can feel your ribbed dick, he groans. Oh my God. Nobody fucking move. He doubles down, grabbing her by the hips as he thrusts in. We're falling apart at the seams as he barks out, come, both of you come.
Nobody
now.
move.
What? My good boy wants to dom me? I'm so fucking here for it. I cry out my release as Rachel does the same between us. We flood her cunt with our cum. The pressure of her orgasm on our cocks has me seeing stars. I lose all sense of control as the three of us spiral through the cosmos. Our bodies taking control as we just ride the wave of the three-way release. It's a magic unlike anything I've ever seen before. Fuck.
Oh my God, it's like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes, that's
Right
and
into the cosmos.
she's the phone booth. They're all just like, let's fucking go, babe.
Oh my God. You add so much to these scenes.
So what did you have to look up? What research did you have
I
to
was
do?
like, how is that possible?
Like,
to
who
fit,
is-
that's a lot. Like,
That's a lot of.
I mean, I get it that a baby has to come out of there, but like your body dilates and shit.
So
Did she take that Pitocin stuff?
I read that after so much workup,
Yeah.
You're so horned up.
you're so horned up, you're so turned on that it's a medical term called tenting.
Oh.
And it's basically like the same thing you said about having a baby. Like your organs basically shift and move and can make room.
So if you
Are
vibe out with a tentacle, you can tent yourself. Oh, maybe it's a tentacle.
Tendrils, tentacle, tenting.
tentacle.
Okay, I see what's going on here.
So,
I mean,
Goodness.
obviously, I don't want to get in like too deep, but
I mean, I guess like people like get fisted and shit.
Thank you. I was gonna say I haven't seen.
Oh, she's seen it. Like, it's
But
all
I'm saying-
gazing
She's on YouTube again.
afterwards. She's
no,
like,
but
it
you know
was
what I mean. Like you hear about
educational.
people sticking stuff, all kinds of weird
And then going to
stuff.
the emergency room. Don't do it,
Don't
listeners.
do
Well,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, everything has to be connected to someone else.
yeah, or on a rope or something.
Get the vacuum cord.
Yeah, get the vacuum cord. Just pulling it
Your
out.
belt?
All right.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's a thing.
So do they do that a lot?
Do
Do they try with the third where they're like, all right, so
It happens.
she's on her back.
He's
you
the
go-
size of a hockey stick.
It might have happened one other time in the book, maybe not. But there's definitely double penetration.
Right.
There's definitely
All 3 holes.
double penetration.
This is turned into charades because we don't like saying naughty words, and so it's like, Emily, come on. You
Yeah.
can do this.
Well, double penetration. Mars and Caleb fucking Rachel, and then Jake fucks Caleb in the ass.
Oh.
Which is Caleb's never done that before.
Caleb's was like
he
a
was
a
waiting
virgin.
for the love of his life.
He's a top.
That's like a
And Jake's-
centipede stuff.
Jake's never been with anybody like that. And so basically he says it was Jake fucking all of them because he was the only one that was technically
Yeah.
moving.
Okay.
Oh God, I hit my microphone. That got me all
Excited. There's also another one where like Jake's like, I'm tired of pretending like this is just me and Rachel and you guys, but I am in love with Caleb and I want
Jake said this?
like I'm in love with you, and then he
Oh.
blows Caleb and Rachel blows Mars, and it's always in the kitchen.
Wow.
You can't eat food that
No
people make
matter-
for you. You gotta be
You
careful.
know,
Oh, the potluck at work. No, I'm good. I ate already.
Everything ends up in the kitchen. You can host a party and have your living room all decked out. Everyone ends up in the kitchen.
I
Yeah,
know all the
you
guys
know?
were here making pies the other day. I don't want to know what happened.
I mean, we were in here, they
And
were
they're-
out there.
I definitely was like, ugh, this is like a white shoes. Like, this is
Oh
a
my
bunch of
God.
fucking dudes.
Making biscuits.
Yeah.
Does the book end and they're all like, wow, we're all in love? Does
So they are
Just
very
all
much
cummed
in
out in
love.
the
They
bed.
talk about getting married. They talk about having kids.
Moving to Utah.
No.
they're already in Florida?
That's
They-
true.
Obviously the big problem in the book, which is like, this is only halfway. Everything that I've told you is only halfway.
God damn.
No, yeah.
I'm like,
There's
I
so much
didn't
more for y'all
even-
to read.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you anything really about Mars and his whole
He's
situation.
got a big dick and a groin injury.
say less.
But yeah, they obviously like her family and her dad being famous, them being in the press,
Mm.
everything kind of starts to unravel.
Mm.
She did end up signing. You can sign something to like say you're together.
HR, yeah, we want to fuck each
Yeah.
other.
So her and Jake did that.
but not Caleb or Mars.
No.
Oh,
I feel like she should have done that. Jake and Caleb should have signed that with each other,
Mm.
and then she signed it with Mars, and then they're all
Her and Jake signed it right away.
Mm.
Like when
Mm.
they moved in together.
yeah.
But I don't think that they really thought about Caleb or Jake and Caleb or
Caleb.
and then Mars is like new, so they hadn't really like discussed it. And then obviously that would raise more questions
True.
with HR. But yeah, obviously that ends up being like a big thing in the book.
oof.
Yeah.
What we know you fucking love this book.
I
What
do.
the
Yeah,
good
and
people at Goodreads think?
Kelly was like, oh my, like, hell yeah.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people have the same problem with the book that I have, is just the length of the book.
Mhm.
One of the first one, Maid Cheshire says she did not just tell her boss her zodiac sign. So in the book, she goes off and she basically says that she's a double Cancer, and that's like the whole reason for like her spiel.
As our resident astrologer, what do you
Oh,
feel
Jake
about
is a Taurus.
Yeah, he is.
She's a Cancer,
Mm.
and
Caleb's a
Caleb.
Sagittarius.
Yes.
Oh!
Yes.
I know she said it
I
earlier.
said it
You're like,
earlier.
oh, I'm that good.
She's
No.
like, yeah, I can already tell you.
Did they say what Mars is?
I don't know.
Capricorn.
No, I don't think it was a Capricorn. I can't
Check us
remember.
out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Cancer. Yeah, I don't know. You got a lot of love to give.
yeah,
That
double
works.
time.
Mm.
I think that's kind of what she says when like her like being a doctor comes into question when she's like dating her patients.
Mm.
This conversation about her zodiac sign comes into question when her work is like, you're dating your patients, and she's like, "Ugh, I'm a double Cancer.
Duh.
I think so. I can't really remember exactly what
I'm a little bit
happened,
on this person's side. I'm a little bit on this person's side because that's really not the time. Listen, I'm obsessed with astrology, and I already understand. No one wants to hear about it. you got to stop talking about it so much. But that is really not the time to bring.
Yeah. When you're like, sorry.
I'm
Your
having
Honor.
cancer.
My Chiron is in my third house.
So many reviews were so freaking long, and a
Just like the book.
majority of them were DNFs because
Yeah.
the book is so long.
What's
So-
the overall rating on
3.94.
Okay.
It's got high reviews.
Yeah.
It only
it's pretty
just came
popular.
out not even a year ago.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got a huge following. Let me tell you, it's got 85,000 ratings and 9,000 written reviews.
Okay.
So that's quite a bit for only being out
Yeah.
since March. Tanya says, I hated how they try to make it so deep. It was written in the stars and whatever. Like, no, it's not. The whole come find me Jake as he's inside of her, definitely revolting. I just hated it. The whole souls finding each other, deep
I mean, they
Rachel
didn't
shit.
love.
It was a little like, it was a little much. It was
They
a
went to
little,
the cosmos, bruh.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
a lot. But I did say that I need to be sold on the whole I would find you in any lifetime thing. So I guess this is the book to do that.
Yeah.
yeah, they definitely talk about being like, we're like soulmates.
Okay, that
like
gets a little. It gets a
Jake
little cheesy.
and Rachel like truly believe that they were like meant to be together. Yeah. But like I said, I think it was just more of like the verbiage
Yeah.
was gross. Like, come find me, Jake.
Yeah.
Or like, fall into me and I'll be here to catch you. And that kind of.
Starting to get a little bit
Yeah.
like Brendan Fraser on the beach and
Ayahuasca.
bedazzled when he's a little
Yes.
too sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The same lady says, I didn't like Caleb, but I like Jake a whole lot. She's like, I
Mm.
love the golden retriever with everything in me. Rachel does not deserve him. I love him and Caleb's sub
Oh
story.
my God. She's like, you can't have
That's
him.
my
He's
man.
mine.
So many people said that. Or also said, I wish that the book was just Jake.
So they didn't want to
Oh.
read Wide Shoes. They wanted to read about her falling in love
Well,
with
I
Jake.
think
Right.
that everybody just loved Jake so much
And it
from
was-
book one
Oh.
that they could
Oh.
not see
Okay,
past
yeah.
anybody else. It
I
was
get it.
And I think that was the problem with the novella being so good is that people just wanted more of her and Jake.
That's a really hard hurdle to.
Yeah. Which is
no.
why I think that the book could have just been mostly Jake and then adding Caleb and then maybe having another book that was
Yeah,
Mars.
epilogue. Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his gigantic dong.
Yeah. Like that's how they go out into the cosmos and they land on Mars.
So
Ready for this trip.
one of the big reasons why I had mentioned earlier the crop top that she was wearing is because it is heavy in this review. Rachel Price is a whole ass doctor, a grown adult who I assume has money. So please tell me why when her luggage got lost, she consciously made the decision to buy a junior's crop top.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be a well-respected doctor of sorts. Her job description never made sense to me, to be honest. This is in parentheses.
Doctors can wear crop tops.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yet she goes to Target or something, and that's what she buys. Maybe I'm just being judgmental. Yes.
Yep.
But this woman is supposed to be a doctor, and she just feels immature to me.
Look,
Have
she's
you-
in Florida. It's hot.
It's hot. It's humid. Have you seen Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, right?
Which is basically a documentary.
Yeah. Like people really like go to medical school because of Grey's Anatomy.
Check this out. People are multifaceted. They can be idiots and doctors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
can
real
fuck really
people.
good. And
Crop tops are allowed for doctors.
They know
It's
their
fine.
anatomy.
Mm.
yeah.
I used to work for doctors.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty dumb.
But then she's like, personally, I think if you're going to be a doctor, you should be professional and never
At all times.
once that I think that she acted professional. And don't even get me started about the guys on the team drooling over her. They wouldn't leave her alone, and they kept calling her hot doc. It was just weird. If this was me, I would have gone and quit.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be fucking all of the team.
Well, it's also like, first you hate Rachel because she's not professional, and then you're mad at the team for over-sexualizing her, which
this person
how
works
is
in
she
HR.
Yeah, I'm like, what's she supposed to do?
This is just all over
They're
the
like,
place.
look, she's too hot to be like doctors can be hot.
Doctors can wear crop tops.
This
Yeah.
was also another thing that was, this is still the same review, but this is another thing that I saw commonly get brought up when she's trying to like get Caleb to like come out of his shell a little bit and let his like shadow daddy out. She like
Mm.
throws a bowl of pasta at him and she
Oh.
like tries to make him mad.
Don't waste the pasta.
Yeah.
Well, someone
oh,
goes,
spaghetti.
let's not forget about the mass amounts of assault in this book. Like, sorry, but throwing a bowl at someone's head is domestic assault. I don't care what
Okay.
you say.
Oh,
Rachel
okay.
Price tried to assault him and then essentially coerced him into having sex with her.
I don't think. What?
She's like, sorry, but if
All
someone says no, I think that means no on the spot. Don't push my limits until they give in.
He told her, just tell me no and no questions asked, and he kissed her shoulder, and then his friend came inside of her.
You're not wrong. The context here is you are reading a novel called Pucking Round, and it's wide shoes, and the biggest crime that I just heard was that they wasted the pasta.
Yeah.
And the crop top.
Yeah. Yeah. And that she was wearing a bra with a halter top. Not happening.
Yeah, it's weird.
But, no. Well, you know, if that bothers you, then don't read it. But
sure,
you know.
yeah. You know.
I think it's also just like making a mountain out of a molehill. You know what I mean? Like reading
maybe
into something
you didn't like the
too
book
much.
and you're like, yeah, and this, and also this. And also
Yeah.
like, it's easy once you're in that mindset to be like, yeah, everything about Glenn Powell does suck.
I think also people were like, if the book was shorter, I wouldn't have had such a strong opinion about this.
Oh.
So people were just mad that
It's
the book
not my
was so
fault.
long. So they were just like, I'm going to read this to
God.
filth.
I do agree with the, like, don't waste the spaghetti.
No,
Good.
yeah,
Good
definitely.
pasta, you know?
Mm.
Throw a bowl of cereal. Who cares? Make fun.
Yeah, but then the milk's gonna get everywhere. It's gonna smell.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
is cereal?
I don't know, because I was
Get
thinking what else would be in a bowl to throw?
Soup?
Ah, hot soup. That would be like
Okay, yeah.
ultra.
Then
I
we're
mean,
That's
having
it's-
a
real domestic assault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
This is a doozy.
this
I mean,
was a doozy.
This is a
This was
long haul.
I feel like the way that Rachel did, where she's like,
After the
"Ooh,
tentacle?"
what?
I'm tired. I
I'm supposed
don't-
to take more dick.
Should I drive home?
What? He's gonna be like, "That's what you get for throwing pasta at me."
If I drive home tonight and I get pulled over, I'm gonna be like, officer, you don't know what I've been through. Let me tell you about it.
Fucking
Do you know
around.
about tentacles?
Tenting.
God.
Well, if you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. You know,
Hope
we
you
still
feel.
we only got like halfway through the book. Like,
Hope you feel different.
there's still so much. I've learned so much.
Mm.
I continue to tent open my brain
Nope.
to get more in. And if you want to,
Get
you
your
know,
wide shoes.
yeah, get your wide shoes. If you want to, tell your friends about us, you
Please
can.
do.
Please do. Please rate, review, subscribe, everything at Clutch My Pearls Pod on the internet, everywhere. You know, every platform you can think of, yeah, we're there.
I meant to bring this up earlier. We
Uh-huh.
did get an email.
Ooh.
Oh, about the book choice. For...
Yes, we did.
We're always getting recommendations, but we got a recommendation for Mistakes Were Made.
Yes.
And they
Which-
didn't know that we had already. We film ahead of time, obviously.
Yes.
Yes.
When they messaged us, it was the next episode coming
Yeah.
out, and they were like, "Really would love it if you did like a sapphic book. Really would love it. Like this one would be a really good choice." And we were like,
Wait till
you're-
next
yeah.
week.
"You're
like,
gonna love it. You
you're
just
gonna
give us
love
2 seconds."
If we get someone who like recommended Pucking Around like in the next week or so, I'm gonna be like, ugh, the universe
Spoiler
is
alert.
open. We are
Clearly.
manifesting.
We are channeling. We were meant to find our listeners in every
Yes,
lifetime.
in the cosmos.
It was written in the
Yes.
stars.
Yeah.
Yes. If you have any guesses of what books we're gonna do, and you want to give a suggestion, clutchmypearlspod@gmail.com, and like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your best friend, your domestic partner that you really want to
Maybe-
fuck around with. Like,
maybe your
you know?
soulmates. Who
Yeah, maybe your
knows?
soulmates. Maybe you guys are meant to be.
Maybe it's your doctor.
Ooh, maybe it's your physical therapist.
And if you see a doctor wearing a crop top,
oh,
Not professional.
she can tent.
run.
Yeah. All right. See you next Tuesday. Bye.